Hello friends, welcome back to our lecture series on analytics in finance. This is going to be part 4 of our lectures on financial analytics. And in this lecture, the agenda of my discussion will be to tell you about the key financial data analytics a company is expecting or is in need of. And then I'll be telling you about the difference between traditional financial analysis and advanced analytics. I will also tell you about the nature and scope of analytics in finance, and we'll also talk about the difference among financial analysis, data analytics and advanced analytics, and eventually we'll talk about the Spark, Hadoop and Hive. These are the terms which we come across when we talk about analytics, and we are slightly having inhibition that what is it. Basically these are the terms coming from the IT or ICT, what you call information and communication technology, and here the technology is of immense help to us. And you will find the beauty of technology. At times you feel that when you are using your cell phone thinking of a product and thinking just to buy a product, you are not even telling somebody, or you are having a discussion with one of your friends or family members, and somehow you get some advertisement about that product, and you think that from where they have come to know. So it's not mystery. You are exposed to technology. There is an exposure to technology, and technology is basically like a child. Child listens to everything. Child is very sensitive about your statements, about your words, about what you speak, what you do. Likewise, the technology is also very smart nowadays, and it understands. They sense data also. They sense that what is going to be the outcome of this business plan in advance, and they report it on real-time basis. So that is something which is there into our environment. We are witnessing everything, but now we'll talk about these things, the way they are affecting our financial analytics. So let us first talk about the key financial data analytics which a company is needing. For what we need data analytics we have discussed, but what we need into data analytics, what we expect from data analytics. Suppose I'm owning a company and I need some help from the people from analytics. So what is my requirement? What is my need set? Because based on need they are offering services to us. So the first and the foremost thing is to understand what we need. And just do remember, my dear learners, regardless of the size of a company, there are certain key variants of analytics which one should plan to implement into the processes if you wish to stay competitive. And of course, you have to be competitive. Competition is the order of the day. And without remaining competitive, you cannot be successful into your business operations. So what are those key variants of analytics which you should plan and implement into your processes? That one should know. Otherwise, the entire objective, the entire aim of implementing analytics or using analytics into your business operation will not give you the meaningful insight, and of course the benefit is also supposed to be compromised. So what we need is, the first and the foremost thing is the position of cash flow. Unlike previous situation where we were getting the statement of cash flow in a segmented format, we were finding cash flow from operating activities, investing activities and financing activities. Now what we want real-time indicators to determine how much cash is coming into our business and how much cash is going out on a day-to-day basis. I cannot wait till the end of the financial year to find the position of my cash. I need data, I need information on daily basis. I want to know that how much cash is coming to my business, what is the inflow and outflow of cash on daily basis. Imagine, I want this data on daily basis, and with the help of technology, thanks to analytics, that it is no more a cumbersome exercise, it is no more a difficult exercise. You can find on a click, you can find this data. And second information which you need from cash flow is how much one need to keep for business to run smoothly. Because every penny has a cost. A single rupee which is being kept idle into your business operation has its own cost. And if not cost, it has some opportunity cost. You can invest it somewhere, you can make money out of it. So whatever expenses you are incurring to acquire your capital, that at least that cost can be saved, and money saved is money earned. So What we expect from analytics is that I want real-time indicators with regard to my cash position. What is my daily cash position? This is what I need from analytics at the very outset. The reason is I have to ensure the requisite quantum of cash into my business, and if you relate it to the ratio, it goes to solvency ratio, that I should remain solvent at the possible minimum cost. I want to remain solvent. I should not be called as a company which has failed to make payment of its obligations. I don't want to be called as that company. I don't want to be stamped as that kind of company which is not solvent. I want to be solvent, but at the same time I need to ensure that the cost of maintaining that solvency is at its minimum. Because if that cost increases, what will happen? I am solvent but I am not profitable, and I have to maintain a parity among all three. I need to be solvent, I need to be active, and I need to be profitable. So solvency, activity, and profitability on all three parameters, I want to remain healthy. I want to remain a good company. I want to work as a good company in terms of these parameters, that is solvency, activity, and profitability. Second is the customer profitability. I want data which can ensure, which can tell me that I have sufficient customers and they are being converted into sales. I want to ensure that I should have enough customer sales by breaking down customer segment. I want to know that from different segments how many customers I have. And I have to analyze each customer's cumulative value. What is the cumulative value of my customers? You must be thinking you are going to buy a car from an automobile company, and for what they are giving you loyalty discount. You have bought one car from a specific company, and second time you or one of your family member is going to buy the car from the same company, and company is saying that you will get loyalty discount. You will get some loyalty discount. What will company get out of it? Company is looking at the cumulative value of you as a customer, that if you are buying that car, you are not only buying a car, you are basically going to buy the services also. You may come for insurance of that specific car on annual basis. You may come for services at least twice in a year. So company is looking at the customer profitability also. And why companies are increasingly doing all this? Because they are using analytics on daily basis, and they want to ensure that my customer should not go, my customer should remain intact with me. So the cost of retaining customer is basically cost of retaining customer is very high, and most of the times the companies think that if I'm spending some amount on retaining my customer, I should get the significant amount of benefit from my customers, from those customers who are with me. So of course without benefit I'm not doing so as a company, but we need to analyze what is the profitability from my customer, and it is done in terms of customer segments and also by the analysis of each customer's cumulative value. I gave you one example of automobile company. You will find number of examples where company is keeping an eye on their customers' profitability, on their customer segments, and they don't want to lose their customer, because it is the customer who is making their survival possible. So customer profitability is the second important need from the side of the company when it comes to analytics. And third one is the predictive sales. They want analytics to plan the success of their sales forecast. They want that analytics should plan my success. They should tell us, they should give a prediction of sales, so that accordingly my different departments, starting from manufacturing till marketing and after sales services department, they are functional, they are made functional. And of course we want suggestion, we want the analytics to suggest the possible ways to improve predictions for the future. So analytics is there to suggest, to provide us predictive sales, and also we can find suggestions, or we may also give suggestions to improve the prediction for the future. So we want the predictive sales. This is the next important thing. And next one is product profitability. We want a data which can reveal which products are profitable, while making sure to appropriate the right cost across various products. We want that whatever production process or cost basis we are using, We have been using it theoretically, that these are the cost bases, we are allocating cost to these products, and this is my profitability. But now we want from analytics to tell us the data which can reveal, which uncovers the products which are most profitable and the one which are least profitable. In management accounting, we have been doing this, what you call as we have been conducting make or buy decision. We have been conducting shutdown or continue decision. A product which is not profitable, of course we are going to give it up. We will not continue with that product if it is no more profitable. So we want this data from analytics so that we can and that too on real time basis, so that we can take corrective steps. Now the question comes that what is the problem which we are facing as a company. So if you look at the problem, the common problem which is being faced by the companies across the globe, they are finding it difficult to gain the true meaning of their data's insights. So data is there, data is very much available, but converting that data into information is a challenge. You have huge database of say 1 lakh customers, somebody has provided to you, and you are into service sector. How to convert that data into customers, those names and numbers and contact details into customers, it is a difficult task. So companies are finding it difficult to gain the true meaning of their data's insights, and what is the reason behind it? Why are they finding it a difficult task? The problem is the overwhelming amount of data. We don't have control over the quantum of data. And that is why we talk about big data, that now we have data which is big, and big in a sense so much so that we cannot have control over it. We can't access it or cannot analyze it accurately. If you think of taking a printout of that data which is with you, my dear learners, it would actually fill your entire office with the papers only. So you don't want those papers with you. You want that meaningful insight from the data. You want data to speak. So we can access it, we can analyze it accurately, but with the help of analytics. So in order to solve this problem, we have to understand analytics is there to help us in solving this problem. And the reason of this problem, I have told you, overwhelming amount of data which you can neither access nor analyze accurately. Somebody may think of analyzing, but the accuracy is questionable. To what extent it is accurate, it is very important. And at times what happens, you are having that analysis, you are having that interpretation, but it took so much time that by the time you got that information that I can use it, that opportunity is gone. That entire scenario, that entire opportunity for which you have conducted the analysis has gone, and what about that cost, from where to recover? That is another question. So when to resort to financial analytics? I would not suggest that every company should go for applying financial analytics. So you should first understand whether you actually need it. So you have to identify the key result areas, the critical business problems, and understand how financial analytics can help. Right. So unless you know that this is my problem, you should first try to identify the critical business problem which you are witnessing, and try to understand in what manner this financial analytics can help. And after that, you can identify the areas where you can implement a trial program, and it can so that it can offer maximum results with minimum efforts. And eventually you can organize, structure and manage data sources, consistently work for new strategic ways and new tools to be effectively improve financial analytics. So financial analytics is basically an ongoing process, and I would not suggest every company to follow that. It depends upon your requirement, whether you require it or not, whether you need it or not. And once you have established the need or requirement of it, you can organize, structure and manage data sources, and after that you will have to consistently work, because you need information on real time basis. So if you need data on real time basis, you need to work consistently for that. Now coming to the nature and scope of financial analytics, basically what we do, And this is basically, if you ask me, I would say it is just like a syllabus of your subject, that what we do into financial analytics. We have to conduct a financial time series analysis and their characteristics we have to understand. Capital asset pricing model we have studied in financial management, but in financial analytics also we with the help of different tools of analytics we are trying to develop a model. We do financial modeling here in CAPM, modeling volatility and risk, what is there, into what kind of risk this model is going to face, which I am proposing. High frequency data analysis and market microstructure, this is also another dimension or another aspect of financial analytics. We have modeling credit risk, we have credit risk and we can model that. So if you can model that credit risk, you can identify the pattern, and of course you can take corrective steps and avoid those losses which may arise due to this credit risk, and eventually the derivative pricing. So these are the different scopes or different dimensions in which financial analytics actually works and offers meaningful insights. So with this we have understood what is the objective and scope of financial analytics. Now we should understand what is the difference among financial analysis, data analytics and advanced analytics. I would be giving you a comparative picture. I will be presenting a comparative picture of all three analysis, where you are conducting financial analysis and then you shift to data analytics and of course advanced analytics. What is the difference? That difference should be known to us, then only we can make some benefit out of it. So if you ask me about the basis, the first basis of drawing differences on these parameters, the first is replication level and speed of analysis. Rather, you should read it like speed of analysis and replication level. So if you ask me, I would say in financial analysis the speed of analysis is slightly slow, because each worksheet is auto-contained and changes are not shared. So you're not sharing any changes. You are basing your entire analysis on the data which is provided by the balance sheet, or what you call as profit and loss account. And this is not at all a shared data. You're not sharing it with anyone. You are conducting your own analysis and reporting it to the management. So this is what we have been doing in financial analysis. Just like in classroom, you take up a balance sheet of a company, you take up all components, put the value in the formula and get the answer. This is what we do in financial analysis. So of course the speed of analysis is very low, whereas in case of data analytics the speed becomes intermediate. I would say it is a moderate. The speed is slightly on the higher side but not very high. And here what we do, we are using good practices of scripting and collaborative work. Spreadsheets are being used in dataset format. So it is basically collaborated. Suppose I am working in the accounts department taking care of one specific expenses. So whatever data I am feeding into the system, the same is reflected to the shared or collaborative spreadsheet, and everybody who is involved into that process is having access to that data or is having that information. So of course, suppose if there is a management accountant who is having access to that data, with the help of analytics they can sense that this expense have increased, and with the given quantum of expenses, it may surpass the profit which we are going to have from this specific product, and we can take informed decisions or we can take corrective steps. Whereas in case of advanced analytics, we move a step ahead from analytics. What we are doing here, the speed is very high and we are using structured systems. Rather than having a spreadsheet, here you have a structured system in place which operates in a distributed way. I'll tell you those networks where the distributed network is working, and you have a multi platform of scalar form where the data is basically coming or emanating or reaching us from a system. So it's a systematic data which is coming to us. It is not only that you are having a spreadsheet. There is a complete structured system which is operating here just to provide us the distributed information and in a distributed manner. So the level of the speed of analysis is very high in case of advanced analytics, and that is why companies are increasingly using it. Second is, what is the difference in these three types of analysis and analytics when we talk about predictive analysis, because our objective is to predict, to offer the predictive sales. So here what we are doing in financial analysis, what we have been doing, we have been conducting trend analysis with strong use of temporal series and what you call as regression. At times we have been using regression, we were finding correlation, and eventually we were using regression. I am not undermining the very significance of regression. It is robust, but just do remember that it is offering me a static model. Because whatever trend analysis I am doing, I am conducting, it is based on a static data, on a data which is provided to us on a specific date of the preparation of balance sheet. I am basing my entire analysis on that data. So prediction is based on static models. Now imagine, how can you take dynamic decision based on a static data? The analysis which you are doing, it is on a static data, and data has already changed. So it is just like somebody is conducting analysis on my income of last year, and in current year my income has changed. So whatever outcome they are reporting, you can imagine what will be the use of that. So the outcome which is being created by this analysis, whether it is of any use, whether it is holding any strategic relevance, that is something which matters. Whereas in case of data analytics, the predictions with statistical weights of all variables are analyzed, and for that they are using a wide range of generic algorithms. And that is something which is expected from data analytics. And in advanced analytics, again a step ahead, consistent improvement of accuracy. In advanced analytics, we don't stop. Yesterday my model, the accuracy of my model was 95%. Today I have worked upon this, that why it is 95%, why it is not 99% or 100%. So they are consistently improving their accuracy and the speed, and of course the effectiveness. The assertiveness of predictive models with weights in all variables are discovered by algorithms themselves. So in case of advanced analytics, we are moving a step ahead from data analytics. Here we are again consistently improving. So of course once you are working on it for the excellence, then the information which is being generated by, or the knowledge which is being generated by this advanced analytics is going to give me the very accurate results, or I can take factual decisions. The decisions which can be called an informed decision in true sense, that earlier we were taking data and saying that on the basis of data I am reporting it. It was not at all a informed decision. It was basically based on data. Now we are taking the decision on the basis of information, the meaningful insights of data, what data has spoken to us. Accordingly we are working. Next is focus of analysis. In case of this financial analytics, whether we were conducting vertical, horizontal or macroeconomic analysis, they were based on theoretical premises. Whereas in case of data analytics, what we are doing, we are using internal data which is linked to macroeconomic aspects, analysis of text. We are using the minutes and explanatory notes also. Earlier we were relying on data only, the profit, the figures only. Here what we do with the help of analytics, we have control over the minutes also, the notes to accounts also, the investigation of the relationship with the non-financial data also. So we can, with the help of technology, we are letting those statements also speak for you, that what is there into it, what is meant by a particular statement, a particular word in management discussion and analysis in the annual report of a company. So when it is just like, some minister is speaking, is giving a speech of 1 hour, and in that speech of 1 hour they have used one word 100 times. What is the meaning of that? That shows the emphasis, that shows the focus, that the focus of that speech is to ensure that particular motive which has been repeated time and again. And the same is the case of the non-financial data. Whereas in case of advanced analytics, we are using internal and external data at various levels of, what you call as, we are basically not only using data, we are taking their granules also. We talk about the levels of granularity. So granules also, we are going to that extent when we talk about advanced analytics. And if you look at application of artificial intelligence, it is very high in case of advanced analytics, whereas in case of data analytics it is moderate, but in case of financial analysis it is very low. Or I would say, I won't mind saying that it is not used in some cases, in some instances. So the basic difference is of AI, and when we talk about the tools for analysis, these tools will tell you what they are doing. For financial analysis, we were using Excel, and what you call it, transactional systems, what you were calling as ERPs, CRMs, etc. And these statistical and econometric softwares like SPSS, eViews, Stata, we were using it, or we are still using it. But again, they are based on the static data which is provided to us. Whereas in case of analytics, we are using R, we are using Python, or other specific programming notebooks. Data cleaning we are doing. We have data cleaning tools also. We can clean the data. If some data, if some part of data is giving me some outliers, I can take care of that. Data mining, the pure text editors we have in place in case of data analytics. Whereas in case of advanced analytics, we have machine learning platforms and artificial intelligence, which actually contemplates the use of several algorithms. So you're not only using one algorithm, you have several algorithms, and we have distributed computing platforms such as Spark and Hadoop. Now this distributed computing platform, it is basically the beauty of advanced analytics, and we are heading towards, every day we are having towards a greater amount of success with the help of these distributed computing platforms. Although when I'll be telling you about that Hadoop and Spark in detail in future course of my lectures, I'll tell you in detail. But for now, I'll tell you in brief what is there into distributed computing platform. If you ask me about Spark, I would say it is basically an open source distributed processing system which is used for big data workloads. And Spark basically utilizes in-memory caching and optimized query execution for fast analytics queries against data of any size. And the reason behind the importance of Spark is that it doesn't run on a single computer, but it runs on a cluster. So basically you are working on a cluster when you talk about Spark as a distributed network, and it is basically a network of computer on which it is running, and this is called distributed computing. And this is basically, as of now, it is the present of advanced data analytics, and this Spark has been developed by a community of developers called Apache Software Foundation. They have developed it. And Spark was designed for fast interactive computation that runs in memory, enabling machine learning to run quickly. This is the motive of Spark, for which it has been designed, that they have to ensure the fast interactive computation which is running in memory and enabling the machine learning to run quickly, or what you call as the real time basis. And the algorithms which is there into it include the ability to do classification, regression, clustering, collaborative collaborative filtering, and pattern mining. So we now talk about the pattern mining. We were earlier talking about data mining, now we talk about pattern mining. So it is an analytics engine used by data scientists for big data processing, and is basically built on the top of Hadoop. Now what is Hadoop? Hadoop is basically again the distributed computing platform. In that domain the term Hadoop comes to us, and Apache Hadoop is an open source framework which is used to efficiently store and process large data sets ranging in size from gigabytes to petabytes of data. So now we no more talk about gigabyte and terabyte, we talk about petabytes of data, and that is available with us. And instead of using one large computer to store and process your data, Hadoop is allowing clustering of multiple computers to analyze massive data sets in parallel way, and that too on real time basis. So my dear learners, with this I tried to provide you the detailed insights about the difference between analytics and advanced analytics. I hope you must have enjoyed today's lecture of mine. Thank you so much.